So what are we doing for the level check today?
And those mukbang videos.
Mukbang?
Yeah, it's a Korean shit of people eating.
Oh. Google. Hello and welcome to the How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast. My name is Chip Thompson and I'm with MC.
That would be me.
And this is our podcast called How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I feel like I mentioned that already.
Once or twice.
Yeah. Hey, if this is your first time listening, don't start here.
Stop.
Bad place to do it. Go back and start from episode 1.
That would make sense.
That makes season 1, episode 1.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a good place to start. But hi, MC, we're back. What happened last week?
Well, we finally met the one after being cockteased for quite a while. Who is a big blue demon
With a beach ball head.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
Important detail.
Yeah. So the gang, they figured out that Chip had raised him, which was a crucial thing. Chip had a bit of an episode, as always.
You put quotation marks around that, I think. Bit of an episode. Yep.
Head-butted an old lady. But the gang managed to track down the one to the Tokyo Hospital, a Tokyo Hospital, I'm not sure what they were. And they just... Oh, no. I was thinking of the episode... the one part 1.
You are a week behind, ahead.
The one part 2, they were fighting the one in a warehouse. It didn't go that great. MC broke his favourite sword.
Yes.
And then Chip appeared, dropped some containers on the one, said some Latin, and the one disappeared.
The biggest anti-climax ever?
Pretty much.
I mean, I don't think I'm overdoing this thing I wrote 17 years ago by saying that, but the one was kicking all sorts of arse and then just got magicked away.
My suspicion is that he may come back.
My suspicion is that he won't. Because we've been doing this podcast for some time now and we know how certain plot threads are not picked up on and just disappear like some Latin phrase was uttered.
That's very true. I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Let's get into it then, because this episode is called Dead End. For some reason.
Is it Dead End Part 1?
Yes, it is, MC.
Cool.
Dead End Part 1.
Previously on Tamara Gayson.
Before it got any closer to her, 5 containers that were suspended from the roof fell onto the one, crushing it. More shock for Louise, and this was again double when Chip jumped down from on top of the containers. He looked at the one who was struggling with the tons and tons of weight over him. Then Chip said some kind of Latin, and the one disappeared from the warehouse and the containers crashed to the ground. He turned his attentions to Louise. She frantically tried to reload the crossbow, but Chip's ninja speed got him in front of her before she could. He yanked the weapon away from Louise and she lost her balance. Chip looked down at Louise and gave her a faint smile. "See you soon," he whispered. Chip left. Lying in his shower of glass, MC willed himself to get up.
Just every morning I like to shower in glass. Some people use water. I just got this hail of broken glass that just cascades over me.
As far as opening
It's so
lines go,
exfoliating.
I feel like we need a big discussion around this. Like the entire episode could be based around a shower of glass.
Also, he's lying in it. So there's... his shower, not water, glass. So he lies down.
Let's just read ahead so we can pick up on what's happening here.
Okay.
Lying in his shower of glass, MC willed himself to get up. He had been thrown out of the warehouse window, which was a height of about 30 feet, and landed hard on the concrete road beside the docks. Okay, so it's me trying to put the fact that he's just lying through a broken window in a fanciful way.
Yes, that's it. Okay.
He is not in a cubicle, in a gym somewhere, showering with literal glass. But I'm glad we checked into that, because either way, it could have gone either way at that point.
It really could.
Blood was weeping out of multiple wounds in MC's body. Blood was weeping out of multiple wounds in MC's body, but he knew that the one was still at large and most probably killing his friends. He's going to be really disappointed, isn't he? He's like, "Oh, guys, you're alive. What happened?" "Oh, Chip said some Latin." "Oh, Okay,
Great.
end of the show, I guess. Okay,
I'll go
same time
finish
next
my-
week.
I'll finish my shower then.
I need some more cut wounds. He cried out as he stood on one leg. It was more than likely broken.
Well, if Chip could walk without having any ligaments, I guess MC could stand on a broken leg.
Sure, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense in this universe. MC tried again with the other leg. This time he was able to stand, despite the excruciating pain shooting around his body. Any ordinary man would have collapsed and given up because of the pain, but MC wouldn't allow himself to stay down.
Just that tough.
That broken leg isn't going to stop you running that marathon. You're going to man up and do it.
I'm literally missing a head. Well,
But I can still do my GCSEs. After what seemed like an age, he finally limped his way to the entrance of the warehouse. MC had prepared himself for the worst. He expected to see the dead bodies of Louise, Jay, Antifa, and the one ready to kill him. Here comes the anticlimax. But MC was very surprised to see Jay and Tifa helping a grounded Louise back to her feet. With the sight of his friend safe, MC finally let the pain take him and fell into darkness.
fine, I guess I'll feel pain now.
Just imagine he was just like hopped along, he was like, oh hey guys, and then just collapsed immediately and his leg fell off. The chair's wheels squeaked as Chip wheeled it into the open area inside his warehouse. The chair's wheels squeaked as Chip wheeled it into the open area inside his warehouse. The chair's wheels.
Chair's wheels.
Chair's wheels.
Chair's wheels.
Okay. He felt tired, but overall satisfied. He had captured the one, the hell demon he had spent so much time and effort into raising.
So, Chip, without a plan...
Yeah, because the whole thing was, right, is that he was all like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
And then somewhere along the way, he figured out the Latin phrase for the demon that hell couldn't control. Are they unable to speak Latin?
Maybe this next few paragraphs are going to fill in some blanks as to what happened. Because literally, what you said is true. He was going to where the one was without a plan.
Yeah.
Arrived and had the plan.
Somewhere along the way, he found like how to control the one for dummies, or
Has he is it a bit of a genie in the lamp kind of situation? Has he found a magic plastic water bottle to put the one in until he needs to use it?
maybe.
Maybe.
There's another character, a third party who told him.
Ooh, maybe. Let's read on and solve this mystery together.
Yay!
Chip sat in the chair and faced the one. He had managed to take the demon away from the docks with a spell, and now it was bound to his warehouse. Okay, so he's found a spell somewhere, and he's magicked it. Oh, do you remember a few episodes ago he was like making like a pentagram on the floor and doing some chanting and stuff like that? Maybe it's something to do with that?
Didn't that shit get like... I thought that was for the summoning, and I thought the warehouse got destroyed.
Part of the warehouse was destroyed.
Okay.
And it was for the summoning, but maybe it's connected somehow. Or maybe I'm reaching.
Yes.
Yes. Unless someone or something breaks the circle around the one, then it would be unable to leave of its own free accord. That was a clumsy sentence. Chip had never been fluent in magic, nor did he wish to be, but he deliberately learned the binding spell to keep the one under his guard. When? When did he learn this binding spell? When did this happen? Did he have like a little flip book in his pocket as he was walking towards the warehouse? Like, binding spells for dummies or something? What is happening?
He had like on a sheet of paper with summoning it. On the other side it says binding it. And it was the first time he looked on the back and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's useful.
Maybe he just found, maybe it's the Final Fantasy VII walkthrough. Okay, so I'll shorten this story as much as I can. When I was about 12 years old, I was playing Final Fantasy VII. And I'd never played like an RPG or a JRPG, nothing like that before, so the whole kind of thing was new to me. And I got stuck on the first boss, which is only like an hour or two into the game. And once you know how to beat it, it's really easy. But at the time, I just kept messing it up. And I got really stuck and I couldn't get past it, didn't know what I was doing. And then I didn't play the game for ages. And then one day, I was in the car with my granddad, and I just happened to open up his glove compartment, or whatever we call it in the UK. And inside was a walkthrough for Final Fantasy VII. And I was like, I remember holding up the book and being like, where did you get this?
Your granddad, who has basically probably never touched a computer at that point in his life.
And he was just like, I don't know. He didn't know where it'd come from.
Literally just appeared.
As if by magic. So I do wonder if Chip just found a binding spell.
He was in the car with his granddad.
Yes, yeah. and he just found it.
Yeah.
Let's go with that, because that makes
sense. I mean, in that case, it's actually based on a true story, and it's actually more feasible than anything else that happens in this.
Weirdly so, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that until
Right.
something better comes up. Chip had never been fluent in magic, nor did he wish to be, but he deliberately learned the binding spell to keep the one under his guard. The huge blue demon could only pace about 2 steps inside the circle before the magical wall surrounding it cut it off. Chip refused to take his eyes away from the beast, just in case it somehow managed to find its way out. I think that's meant to be it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm glad how we're still so faithful to the original text.
10 minutes passed without any movement from Chip. He just sat, still as anything. That's weird. That's creepy. I don't like that. I get bored.
I mean, Chip's doing a pretty good job of being creepy at the moment.
That's
as
true.
a general rule of thumb, so...
Then the one stopped pacing and looked straight ahead. More precisely, it looked at Chip, looking at him square in the eye. Chip smiled at the one. Ooh, a bit of flirting.
Flirty,
Yeah, there we
Gave him
go.
a wink.
You're aware, aren't you? He said. Still, the one stared. You know why you're here, and you know that I'm the one who brought you here. The blood-red eyes of the demon were now fixed on Chip. It made a growling noise. And I also know that you can understand me.
Stupid human. You dare call on the power of hell.
Ooh, good the one voice.
At this point, I peel off my mask to reveal the blue beach ball.
Oh no!
I'm going to flip your car.
Hang on, some Latin phrase. Yes, win again. The one's voice was deep and harsh. Yeah, you nailed that. Well done.
Thank you.
It spoke like it had killed millions of innocent souls without remorse, and that it would do it again. It showed its rows and rows of sharp, deadly teeth as it spoke again.
You cannot comprehend what you have done.
You're really going to regret doing that voice, aren't
A
you?
little bit. Swear to me. It's basically just a bad impression. You cannot comprehend what you have done.
See, I'm thinking I can comprehend my own evil plan. But Chip didn't have a plan. We know this. Or did he? We don't know anymore. Was he, trying to deceive the reader by being like, no, guys, I totally don't have a plan?
Is he breaking the fourth wall?
Maybe.
Deadpool style.
Got a bit meta. Yeah.
I do not serve. I destroy. And once I am free from your spell, you will be next. You will suffer for bringing me here.
Yet, I'm not at all worried, seeing as I'm out here and you're in there. And a little gratification would be nice. I took you out of hell.
I think you mean gratitude.
Yes, I think I probably do. Or maybe, no, maybe Chip wants gratification.
Maybe.
Give me gratification, hell demon.
Bah, that was my home for a millennia.
The one scoffed. I like the fact that the one used bah and he's scoffing.
I'll get you kids if it's the last thing I do.
He's like a villain from the Beano. Bet you couldn't cause much destruction there, though.
For a while, yes, I did. But then they found a way to banish me.
Oh, really? Chip said. How? Trying to trick the one into like, oh, how did they banish you? Well, I promise I won't use it against you. The one laughed, its booming voice causing the whole warehouse to shake.
I don't know how to laugh at this one. Ready?
You think I would tell you? You might want to do the same and pause my rampage.
Pause my rampage.
Don't pause my rampage. It sounds like a Rage Against the Machine song.
Not even that, it sounds like a fucking Papa Roach lyric. Cut my life into pieces, pause my rampage.
That sounds feasible.
Look, it took me a long time to get you here. You think I'm just going to get rid of you? Do you even know why you are here? Chip, do you know? Do you even know why you've brought the one here?
Because
what
no
is going
one would
on?
listen to him.
He just wanted out.
I know, human. I know you called on me to do something you couldn't.
Okay, now you can shut up. Chip said, getting out of his seat.
You couldn't end the lives of your friends yourself. Your petty soul got in the way. So you summoned me here to do it.
Oi, Free Willy, keep your trap shut. Chip, with another one of his famous witticisms and put-downs there.
Didn't seem to work on the one, though. The demon that hell can control.
Oi, Lemon, tennis ball head, Free Willy.
Oh no, you found my weakness. Isn't that the way you reacted to your dead brother when he questioned you?
What, did Chip call him Free Willy, or did he say, Oi, Echo the Dolphin, shut it? Chip picked up the first thing that came to his hand, his chair, and threw it at the binding circle. It missed, which Chip began to realise was a good thing. Fucking idiot.
He's not very controlled, is he?
No. All the one needed was something to break the circle, and it would be free.
I will kill your friends, but when I do, you should be dead as well.
Whew, this conversation between Chip and the One has been very revealing, hasn't it? Okay, so we seem to have an idea of what Chip's overall plan was. So
Yes.
let's pick it apart, MC. We'll get there. We can figure this out. So he seems to have obviously gone off the rails, having a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And maybe wanted to lash out with his friends, but couldn't take it to the stage where he was actually going to kill them. So he's raised the demon hell couldn't have control to do it for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as plans go, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, but he's in a very dark place, as Chip. You know, he's in a very dark place. We can't. You can't shame people with mental health problems, MC. It's not. He's just lashing out.
Look, it's just a coping mechanism, you know. Some people, you know, they'll go out for a coffee or go for a walk or exercise. For some people, it's med. For some people, it's raising a demon that hell can control.
Yeah. I like the fact that the One isn't going to be his bitch, though.
Yeah.
And he's literally like, yep, gonna murder you two.
Yeah.
Gonna murder everyone. Didn't think of that, did you? Loser.
Shut up, Free Willy.
But I'm also glad that the One is still around.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, bye.
That would have been the lamest fucking end ever.
Yeah. I mean, we still don't know where this binding spells come from, but let's just forget that, because I'm not going to be able to explain it.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry, he isn't dead.
Jay said as him and Tifa carried an unconscious MC into the mansion.
Oh yay, another deep voice.
I know.
Shinno Khan replied.
I would have known.
I kind of hope Shinno Khan and the One have a chat at some point.
Really don't.
Some sort of like long monologue about
No.
emotions and feelings and lots of long, complicated words. Maybe a shouting match.
Oh yeah, with a growl a
They
lot.
could have a domestic.
Are they going steady? It's like opposites attract.
And now that's the slash fiction that all the people will be writing from now on.
I will be.
He is hurt though. He needs medical attention, Louise said.
And what are we going to say?
Jay asked.
The giant hell beast threw him out of a window.
Let's just let him... I'll do that again. Let's just let him die then, shall we, Jay?
I also like how they're worried about keeping everything under wraps at this point, where the gigantic blue demon has been seen flying above Tokyo.
Like literally rampaging through half the city, knocking over cars and destroying hospitals.
It's fine, guys, all under control. No one will suspect a thing.
Why do they need to keep it a secret?
Because that's what they did in Buffy.
That is true. That is very true. Tifa came back from the kitchen, holding a roll of tissues and a first aid kit. She's going to like spit on the tissue and like rub it over his face.
That'll do for a broken leg. Just put a plaster on it, it's fine.
She was like, I got my first aid certificate. I printed it off myself.
I'll give him mouth to mouth.
Shinno Khan stood over his fallen pupil,
Guess they just let go of him.
wishing he could touch his forehead.
Because that's how you heal someone. Broken leg, touch the forehead.
He obviously went to the Tifa Lockhart School of First Aid.
Tifa does have a school.
It's a very special school, MC, alright? No, I think Shinno Khan just wants to comfort his,
he does,
son,
Yeah.
He will heal fast, as long as the wound or impact wasn't instantly fatal.
So it's a healing factor, basically.
Yeah, ninja healing factor, get over a broken leg in an hour, be fine. Tifa put her middle and index fingers together and placed them over MC's neck. So she's not... Is she feeling for a pulse, or is she just, trying to choke him out?
I think she saw it on TV once and
Right.
thinks that's what you do if someone's hurt.
His pulse is very faint, but he is breathing okay.
She tore one of the tissues away from the roll and mopped the blood away from MC's head. Louise came over and joined her. MC's a fighter. He'll be fine, she said, when really all she was thinking was, I hope.
We're going to need him if we're going to stop that thing.
Jay offered.
Are we sure we've been through everything in the books and on the net?
Tifa asked. I found a bit about the one on this demon site, and under How Do I Kill It? I think it said something along the lines of, don't even bother to try. Louise replied.
What demon site is there?
The list, strengths, weaknesses, and ways to kill them, and is nah, mate, don't even bother. It is pointless.
What? I'm trying to think of some 90s or early 2000s website equivalent, like Hot or Not or something like that.
Kill it or not? Can this demon be killed.com?
Shinno Khan,
Tifa said.
what about these elders? Can they be of any more help?
I shall try my best, but it will take time.
Then go now.
Before Shinno Khan left, he said.
Will you all be okay?
Yes,
Jay replied.
just so long as the big blue demon doesn't come back.
Shinno Khan promised he would be as quick as he could, then left.
To be fair, what would Shinno Khan do?
I mean, try and have a who's got the deepest voice fight.
He wouldn't win that one. my sore throat can attest to that one. What are we going to do?
Jay said, trying not to panic. All we can do, Louise answered. Nurse MC back to health and keep trying to look for information on this demon on the net.
I kind of hope that the rest of the gang kill the one by themselves with that MC. It would be a very empowering moment.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, they're all grown up.
For women and Jays everywhere.
and Tifa.
And Tifa gets her own identity as well.
You're just so stupid. She doesn't fit into any other category. Like she's somehow got less brain activity than a rock.
Louise, Jay, and Tifa all looked down at MC. They knew their only chance of killing the one was MC. But above all else, they wanted their friend to be better. And that's where we're going to end part 1 of Dead End. Okay, so before we get into the aftermath of the episode, just to a quick note to say that the actual written episodes are getting longer and longer, so we're just experimenting with trying to break them down into maybe 3 parts, so you have shorter episodes and gives us more time to discuss certain things and that sort of thing. So it's going to be a shorter episode this week, will be for the next 2 weeks as well. So maybe if anyone has any feedback, let us know. Do you prefer the longer episodes? Should we just break them down into 2, or are you happier with 3 or maybe 4 parts depending on the length of the episode? But what do we think of that one, MC? Dead End Part 1.
Well, I hope the one doesn't have many more lines. Yeah, I thought Shinno Khan was bad. But no, I like that the one now has gone from a big rampaging instrument of destruction to like a sentient thinking being.
It's nice he's got some character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, I like how there's already sort of antagonism between him and Chip, and like he's the demon that Hell or Chip can't control.
Ooh, new moniker. Yeah.
A bit less impressive, I'll be honest. But so yeah.
I think it's good because, I think it's so easy to write a bad guy that's just this, hulking, bruising, indestructible kind of thing, and it's just rampaging, has no personality whatsoever, anything like that. I'm not saying the one has any depth, because no one in this has any depth, but it's still interesting that he has got something about him, and he's not just like, yes, Chip, you are my master now.
Yeah.
And I'm quite intrigued to see how that's going to play out now as well. It's like, how was Chip going to get it to kill his friends? Or is he just like, well, I fucked up. What do I do now? How do I get rid of this sucker?
Yeah.
And just how MC and the gang are going to react to that as well.
Yeah, I feel like Chip wanted a weapon, but he wound up with a weapon with a brain on it.
Very nicely put. Very elegant.
you.
I'm going to leave that whole pause in.
I'm just saying, I can write the rest of Tomorrow Gayson if you need it. I think I'm on that quality.
Oh, I really wish you would. Obviously, not much from MC in this episode because broken leg, passed out.
Yeah.
You know, tried to man up and go through the pain, but it just couldn't make it.
God, MC, it's just a broken leggy pussy. Walk it off. Jeez.
Do we think the elders are going to be of any use? When have the elders of the Ku Claw ever been of any use, MC?
Literally never.
Never. But it's like the only thing I can give Shinno Khan to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, what's Shinno Khan to do? Oh, I'm going to have a chat with the elders. What did they do? Nothing. Okay, cool.
Is it like when you send a new guy off for elbow grease?
He's basically like the assistant. Like he'll go and get the tea, but he can't even do that. So where do we think what's gonna happen in the next episode?
Again, it probably won't, but I do wonder if the vessel Bridget will come back in as like the super weapon or whatever. Maybe not, who the fuck knows?
Maybe not, but you know, I'm open to the idea of it could be a thing because it could make a human stronger. So if you gave it to a ninja, they'd be super strong.
Yeah.
And that would be a really easy way out to destroy the one.
Could also bring Shinno Khan back.
Could bring Shikana, could heal MC from his injuries maybe. Maybe Chip will take it.
Yeah. Oh, and then he could defeat the one.
And then he could defeat the one.
Maybe.
Yeah, but there's a lot to go on. We're rapidly getting closer to the end of the season, MC. So, you know, at some point, something's got to fucking happen that makes a bit more sense of what is going on.
Not much happened in that one again.
No, and it is difficult because we're experimenting with these shorter episodes to see what it is. And maybe that's going to be kind of the downfall of it, maybe, as you don't get so much in.
You still get silly voices, so
still get plenty of silly voices. And to be honest, that's why everyone's here, isn't it? They just want to hear our wonderful acting and characterizations. Hey, MC.
Hi, Chip.
Did you know that there are multiple ways you can now support the How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast?
Really? Why didn't you tell me all about them?
I shall, MC. First of all, you can go to our Facebook page, which is How I Ripped Off Podcast. I couldn't put Buffy in that because it wouldn't allow me for some reason. I don't know why. Yay! Also, MC, we are on Twitter. We
Really?
are at How I Ripped Off, and I didn't have room to put Buffy in that, so that's why it's just called that. Finally, do you know what else you can do, MC?
Tell me more.
You can come leave us a rating and review on iTunes, because that really helps the podcast and means we get seen higher in the rankings.
And finally we'll become rich and famous and be able to do a live action version of the... No, we won't.
No, that'll never happen. But yes, come and support us, come and say hello, we would really love that. I do.
Yeah.